The lions know that they domineer the pack. People won't tell you your strength. People will not tell you that DJ Covenant, this is your strength. It is for you to discover your strength, use it to dominate, to domineer your career, your environment, your family, to influence.
Jambo, great people. I tell you, this is another exciting Friday day. And you know, when it's Friday, you know it's time for hashtag Ask Wachiuri. Tell a friend to tell a friend, tell them to tag along, and tell them to tell a friend that we are Facebook Live at DJ Covenant, at George Wachiuri, at Optiven Limited. We tell you, we love you. We are so grateful that you always tune in every Friday to watch us. And today we have an exciting topic. But before then, allow me to introduce our able mentor. He always says he's a servant. Karibu sana.
Thank you, DJ Covenant.
How are you?
And I'm happy. I'm excited about this Friday.
Yes.
You know, the day is looking very, very bright. And we thank God we have got the rains and things are working out. And we thank God for this wonderful opportunity. And of course, we thank all our viewers. You know, they come across the globe. And last time we were talking about the dreams, I got a lot of calls that some people have been sleeping on their dreams and say, hey, George, now I'm going to take action. Never again. And I'm very excited to see you. And I really love your program at the station. So keep going.
Asante sana. I think they should pay for this.
I tell you.
You know that one is
branding, yes. But it's about giving. You know, life is about giving. It's about giving. You give and give and give and give. All what we have is also given to us. Yes.
So today we are talking about how to be influential and how to take dominion. So that is our topic today. I don't know whether you know you should be dominating in your area and how should you be dominating that area. But today, that should be our topic that we're going to discuss today. Let's go direct to it.
Yes.
How do you become influential?
Let me first of all take a good example of, natural environment. If you go to Masai Mara, I've gone there once, and you find the way the lions walk, you can tell, you don't need to be told that this particular animal has dominated the jungle. Yet this lion is not the tallest. Giraffe is the tallest. It is not the biggest. Elephant is the biggest.
It's not.
It is not the most, the wisest. The foxes are there. And this particular animal, they know that they are the king of the jungle. They have dominated. That's about the natural environment. Come to business. Look at real estate. We have over 10,000 real estate farms. People who are selling land. People who are even saying we are selling properties. Yet a company like Optiven Group, we were voted by London Stock Exchange as among the best companies that is going to inspire Africa in the year 2019.
Wow.
We have dominated.
That is of the crowd. Wow.
Dominated real estate. But because of the support of our customers, look at the areas of technology. We have companies here who have dominated the technology side of it. Look at the banking. We have particular banks that have dominated.
Yes.
Look at the families. We have to dominate to influence our families because we were created with different talents and skills. So nobody has an excuse that you are living low life without influence or dominance because it is godly to dominate.
Look, even there are other examples, like we were just talking here about even social media.
Aha, exactly.
Hashtag Ask Wachiuri.
Oh, this program is amazing, and thank you for your support.
How can one live to influence?
Let me say that for you to influence your area of strength, it could be in your career, you could dominate in your career, you could be in your family, it could be in the school. For you to dominate, you must develop a skill.
Wow.
Because without a skill, you are like anybody else. You find that some musicians are so good in music and they have dominated that particular field. So you have to develop that skill. If you don't have it, those who are watching us, you can be able to enlist today and say, hey, George, wait a minute. I have a talent of being an artist. Can I develop this particular skill? And that's why we advise our young people. Don't just be there without a skill. A degree is good, but a degree is not a skill. We are talking about people with special talent. In this particular show, we have Andrew.
Yes.
I knew Andrew when he was a young guy, and he always carried a camera. Now, he went to South Africa to study how to take a photo. Can you imagine? That's a powerful skill. That's a powerful skill. That means you have to develop it. And you are out there, you have that, maybe you are a very good painter, you can paint. Maybe you are a carpenter, you can be the very best carpenter. I have one that does my work called Mr. Ochieng. And Mr. Ochieng is good because he has developed that skill in a very well-organized manner. And you are there, you are watching us. Ask yourself, what is your skill? The parents who are out there, your children, I know you have taken them to good universities, to good schools, but are you developing a skill when they are young? You may find that, like now, my daughter is a good singer. That's a skill.
It's a skill.
I need to develop that singing in her so that even if she gets a degree, she has another skill. My son is a public speaker. The other day, he's only 9 years, and he was an MC on a birthday.
Wow.
And I told him, Alex, today you are the MC. A little bit coaching, that's a skill. Because in future, he could be the top range of the MCs, not only in Kenya, but across Africa. So what are you doing to your children? As a person, as a youth, what are you doing? You can be able to develop that skill, and you dominate, you influence. That people, when people think of DJ Covenant, they say, hey, this guy is good in programming. That's what you're talking about.
Wow.
Dominating. Live to dominate.
That's the first time I'm hearing that you can have a degree and you don't have a skill. That can be a complicated scenario. So you need to develop a skill. That's a point number one. You need to note that.
Fantastic.
Yes.
The other point that we can discuss here, DJ Covenant and our viewers and our listeners, is that for you to live, to dominate, to influence, you must know your strength. You must demonstrate your strength. You must know and demonstrate your strength. Somebody says, anybody who doesn't know their strength, they are living like a blind man who has not been taught on how to walk with the special tools. That means you are just there. The strength is in you, but you do not know about it.
There you go.
And let me tell you, once you don't know your strength, you cannot talk of influence, you cannot talk of dominance in your field. Maybe you are an accountant. Maybe that is you have a strength in analytical prowess, for example. Do you know it? You know, the other day I was giving an example that if you go to the park, the lions know that they dominate the park. The young ones, when they are born, they can see the abilities of the mother. And zebras don't come and whisper, do you know you are the most courageous? So people will tell you your strength. People will not tell you that DJ Covenant, this is your strength. It is for you to discover your strength, use it to dominate, to domineer your career, your environment, your family, to influence whatever that you do. And once you do that, people will say, hey, wait a minute, George Wachiuri there. He is domineering in real estate.
Yes.
They'll talk about it. But before you do it, nobody will come and whisper to you, DJ Covenant, you are talented in a particular way. They won't tell you.
They won't.
They won't tell you.
And they don't know.
They don't know. The same way as zebra cannot whisper to cubs, young lions, that you know you are the most courageous. Yes. So you have to know it yourself.
Wow. I told you. That's interesting. That you have yourself, you have to discover it.
Your strength. What are you best at? And that's why we tell people that don't copy other people. Because you have your special God-given talent and strength.
In a unique way.
In a unique way. And once you practice that unique way, I can guarantee you, you live a life of dominance. You live a life of influence. Just discover it.
As we wait to hear more of these points on how to live as an influence person, I have a few feedback from Facebook Live at DJ Covenant. And someone is saying, Patrick Anthony is saying, wow, today's show is on fire.
We are humbled.
Another guy called Peter Mwaneki is saying, I also want to live a happy life, so I will discover my talent, my strength.
Thank you, Peter. We value you.
Wow. And then there's Josephine Wangoi saying, wow, those 2 points have got me thinking.
Wow. Thank you, Josephine. Go out there, live to influence.
Yes.
Yes.
Myself, I want to influence. By the end of today, I will tell you my strength. Because now I've started thinking. Let's go to point number 3.
For you to influence, for you to dominate, you must fight for the life that you want. You must fight for the life that you want. Don't copy other people. You know the life that you want, fight for it, because nothing comes easy. If you want to dig gold, it's not found on the streets like the gravel.
It's not.
Or sand. You have to dig deep. And as you dig deep, you are injured, you are exhausted, you need resources, and the same with dominance. If you want to influence, you have to fight. They say that human beings fight to thrive. You have to compete for these resources. You have to go for these resources. If you're talking about education, go for it, because you know exactly what you want in life. Don't wait for your mother to come and put an application for you, and this one goes to the young people. You know, nowadays I'm getting a bit disturbed. I'm getting calls from mothers saying, George Wachiuri, hey, my son has done BCom or economics. Na natafuta kazi. I asked the mother, where is the son? You have to fight for the life you want. Go out there, look for jobs. You know, the other day I was talking to the people we are mentoring here. I was asking them, how many jobs have you applied? One of them told me only 4. I told her, you are joking. 4 is nothing. Personally, I did 300 jobs application. No, maybe 4. Another guy told me I've done 1. You have to go and dig the gold. You have to sweat. You have to be disciplined. You must work hard. You must go for what you want for you to influence. People who influence the whole world, they have worked hard.
Very true.
Look at people like Bill Gates. They are not lazy. They are out there working. Look at our diaspora brothers and sisters. They decided to leave this country and go out there and look for gold. Look for the dollar. Look for the euro. And let me tell you, don't just stay at home and say, I'm waiting for my mother to look for a job for me. When I hear those kind of stories, by the way, if a parent calls for a job lobbying, I talk to you, but I forget immediately. Because where are these people? Why can they call me and say, oh, they apply, or they go to the website and apply for those jobs? And for you to influence, learn to fight for the life that you want, learn to dig the gold.
Wow. I think maybe we need to tell them, they need to fight and own a property.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
It's something that people need it.
That's it.
And how do they get it?
Let me say that we are living in a world of a very competitive world, especially for a growing nation like Kenya. You know, our population is growing at a supersonic speed. They are saying every year we are adding over 1.1 million people every year. That means every minute over 3,000 people are being born. And these people require homes. And that's why we support the government of Uhuru Kenyatta about the Big 4, the housing. It's only that the idea is becoming a bit political, because our people requires homes. And for us at the Optiven Group, that's what we do. We ensure that our people are getting homes. And right now we have one of the best properties in this particular nation. And all the properties is classified into, if you want to build immediately, we have this property we are calling Victory Gardens Phase 3 and 4. This particular property has got solar street lighting, so you don't need to pay for power along the streets. We have planted thousands of trees, thousands of trees. The other day we got a visit from WWF to see how we are making our properties green. Number 3, we have done the roads. Of course not tarmac, but we have done accessible roads. We have parks for children, because we are family. We value the family values. We have even planted fruits within the project. And then we have parks in this particular project. And this particular project is only a walking distance from Kitengela Township. And you know, from here where we have this show, Barclays Plaza, to Kitengela is about 30 kilometers. That means there are people working in Optiven. They are living in Kitengela. That means Victory Gardens is good for you. And we give you 2 years to pay. The property is excellent. The other day we were voted as among the best properties. Victory and Amanli. And you can be able, with only 2.195 million, you get this particular property. If you don't have that sufficient money, you pay a deposit of 400, and then you give you 2 years to pay pole. And I'm so happy to see many diasporians. They are now building their homes. They are beautiful homes at Victory Gardens. Powerful. The other project is a manage. Hapa tu Kiambu. And you know Kiambu is among the fastest growing counties in this republic.
Yes.
This particular project is called a manage, the place of peace. We are doing capital roads. We are doing the stone wall. We have already started planting trees because oxygen and trees were inseparable. We love planting trees, DJ Covenant and our viewers. And this particular project is, we are actually creating a mosaic of the 21st century. When you go to see this particular project, this is only 20 minutes drive from where we are. Unless you have no resources, you cannot leave that particular project, DJ Covenant. And then finally, we have a project we are calling the Garden of Joy.
Yes.
This one is a replica of Victory. It's only solar street lighting that we're not putting. We have already done the roads. Right now we are planting thousands of trees. We are now doing the gate, and this particular project is cheaper, is 1.195 million. You can pay a deposit of 200, and then you give you installment. The Garden of Joy is very unique because we have a lake. It's called Lake Optive.
I love that lake.
We have a jogging track. We have the spiral tower to see the Mua and other mountains, because we want the families to be comfortable, the families to reproduce, we want the families to be there and feel nice. Why? Optive, we create a new environment. That's what we are offering.
And that's why you need to fight for that opportunity, because it's there. You need to fight for what you want.
And by the way, there are people who are asking, George, what's there for the youth? You know, last week you launched a very unique project for young people, whereby you pay below 20,000. I think it's about 19,000 or 4,000 a week, and you are able to get this particular property with the roads. It's only 900 meters off the tarmac. It's near the one of the cities, and you can be able to see that particular project. But you must be below 39 years, because we want to encourage our young people to start living a life of influence by acquiring properties pole. So come, talk to us, and we are able to give you something. For the parents with young guys, we also allow them to buy for their children. You can buy for your children. Why not? These are our future investors. Na hii tu ni kama foundation. Malipo ya pole it's not profitable to us, but we must mentor these young guys, because personally, DJ, you know, I have a passion on young people.
Huge one.
Mimi nasikiaga kama tapea shamba bure.
By the way, if you think about it,
yes,
4,000
a week, a week, 4K a week.
Mavijana, that's an opportunity. Niaje bana, changamkeni popote mlipo. Interesting one. And I tell you, these properties zinanunuliwa in a high rate. The other day we were doing a groundbreaking.
Can you imagine?
So,
a manage, yes.
Yeah.
There's a customer who said, "Oh, George, I want by the time." But that customer is from, I think, from Finland. She told me, by the time I'm coming in December, nitaka kwangu.
There you go. So I'm telling you, things are happening fast. So remember, live in our topic, how you want to influence, live to influence. It's you to decide how you want to do that. And these points that you're being given are very key. Remember, a very interesting one. Tell a friend to tell a friend that to tune in every Friday as we hear the next point.
I tell you, live to dominate.
Live to dominate.
Live to influence.
Live to influence.
And I'm so happy that the Kenyan people, they are go-getters. But for you to be able to influence, you must work with other teams. Work with a team to achieve greater success. By the way, when you're alone, you can't achieve much. You can imagine DJ Covenant, if I was doing this program alone, it'd be so boring. But when you work as a team, be it in your organization, be it in your family, whereby you are consulting your wife or your husband on decisions regarding investment, you are better off. And people who work in teams, they achieve more. Look at this example of lions. When lions goes to hunt, when it is alone, it is rarely thrashed by buffaloes. Inagongwa.
Sana.
But I've gone to some parks and they see they go into the teams of 4 or 6. So there are those who are going to make the animal run, and there are others waiting on the other side. That means they work as teams. In fact, they call it pride of lions. If these teams are females. Males also, they work as a team. It's called a coalition of lions. They call it. But when the males and the females join together, they call it troop. Troop of lions. That means if teamwork can work for animals, DJ Covenant and our viewers, what about human beings?
It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
I tell you.
The reason why you find Optiven winning many awards across the globe, it's not because George is a good fellow who knows how to do business. Apana. Here we have people who are 3 times sharper than George Wachiuri. We have people here who are 4 times better in selling than George Wachiuri. But because we work in teams, Optivate is not a company. It's now a movement. It's a movement. That's why we have voted by London Stock Exchange as the best company in Africa. It's a movement. There is power in teams. In your career, in your office, you can work as teams. Because together, we achieve more. And that's why I tell people who follow me, don't be selfish. Because selfish people, number one, they die early. Selfish people, they suffer from illness. You know, don't be selfish. And if you are naturally selfish, pray to God to be a generous person. Because if you want to influence the world, you must be generous.
You must.
Look at the people who give. Look at Mother Teresa. Look at Manu Shadaria. Look at your own George Wachiuri here. I love giving.
Yes.
Last Saturday I was in Masai Land. I visited the Ma community, whereby I had a story that there are 2 children who passed very well, but they were at home. I said, wait a minute. Though the foundation we are strained, I can produce my own resources to support this boy and girl to access education. So for you to influence, for you to live a life of dominance, you must be generous.
You must.
And you can't be generous if you are selfish. Work with people, work with the teams to achieve more.
I know we have some more points, but our time has far well spent.
I only do one.
Yes.
Only one. Because I only do one.
No, you can't. You know, these are secrets, remember? You're giving us secrets.
Yes,
so
yes.
don't hold them.
They allow me to do one.
There you go. That's
And I'm thinking that, the people who follow us, they must live to dominate.
Yes.
They must live to influence. And the last point is, for you to live to influence, maintain social bonds. Maintain social bonds. Look at the sparrows. For them to move fast, they have a link they form in the skies.
Yes.
And they're able to move very fast. And they say that any person who supports another person in the times of need, the person you are supporting, when you are in need, the statistics shows 95% of those people, they will also support you. But there are some people who don't support anybody else. They don't maintain those social bonds. There are people who are watching us. You cannot sit with your brother and you're in the same family. This is what we're talking about. Develop that social connections. The social bonds. When I hear DJ Coven has got something, why can't I come in and support?
There you go.
Why can't you go there and support? Because if you maintain these social bonds, we are making our footprint to dominate, to influence, more solid. That's why today when you talk about Wangari Maathai, there's some connection, because this is a person who had the social bonds with other people to make sure that the agenda for environment is well taken care of. And we urge our people, if you want to influence, be a people person.
Wow, social bond. It's very interesting.
Yes.
Because sometimes there are people who they separate themselves. They say, no, I can't, I don't.
Exactly. And DJ Covenant, sometimes people call it social capital. Other people call it social currency. Yeah. Once your social currency is higher,
wow.
When something happens to you, people will run. This weekend we went for that particular value at Sitam Karen.
Yes.
You couldn't find a seat. You could not find a seat. The church was full like this. And one of the bishops said, this particular reverend gave time to everyone. If you had problems, the lady could fast for you. And she would tell you, DJ Covenant, I'm fasting for you. And when she was helping, she was not in a hurry. Actually, we went for that funeral from 8, we left at 6. Because they said, this particular person was not in a hurry when helping. Why are we in a hurry to bury her? And we had all the day, during the funeral.
Wow.
Ask yourself, when you go to heaven, what will people say? That's a very good question. Are you influencing the world today so that when you go, you have a legacy?
Young generation out there, these young guys, they would say, Leo mefinya points. Like today you've given the best points.
Very humbling.
Because those are very, thinking of it, like social bond, and now think about it in social currency. So that's a deep thing.
We thank God.
Wow. You want to introduce a mentee?
Oh yes, we are talking about discovering your strength. And this is Mentee, Andrew, who I saw when he was a young guy. And he can tell us how he started. So
Karibu sana,
Andrew,
karibu
welcome
sana,
and
Andrew. Wow.
encourage young people out there what the mentorship is doing to you. What are you doing? How did you discover your talent? Yes, and man, we value you, one.
And karibu sana.
Yeah, so I'm a young man, as they've said. I discovered my talent in photography when I was 15, but I'd been doing music for about 6 years before that. So at that point, I was looking for something that is actually my passion, something that I can actually tell stories with, because I was not a very good artist, and art in our family is kind of running in the family. So I was not the best artist, so I decided, let me try something to tell stories the way I see other people in the family telling stories. And writing is not a strong point of mine. So I pushed myself and looked for this space. And when I got a camera in my hands, something just clicked. Something just worked.
And now you're working with the Optiven
Yes.
mentorship program.
Yes.
How is it like?
It's amazing, eh? So I think other companies in Kenya should emulate what Optiven is doing in the sense that when having a full-time internship, you get a lot of things to learn because you're on the job, so you're doing things like you would do them out there. And also, what it also helps with is when you leave, you don't just have a degree. You have, as Mr. George said,
Awesome.
a skill, and you have also extra time out there that shows, yes, I've worked here, I've done this, so your experience.
Amazing.
So when you go looking for a job, you ask for a year experience, you actually have a bit of that year experience. It's not too hard to look for. And there are such amazing people around here. Not dramatic, not crazy, it's just a great space to work.
Wow, fantastic. Well, thank you, Andrew Ogango. We value you. And for young people out there, you can be able to develop your strength, your energy. And Andrew is a young man, but I can tell you, Andrew is going places.
Sawa sawa, asanteni sana for watching. Oh, that was a huge one. I tell you, make sure next Friday you tell a friend to tune in and listen to this heavy and beautiful show. I tell you, we are the people dominating on social media. Hashtag Ask Wachiuri. Tell you, same people, different attire, same Jesus. We tell them,
We value you. God bless you.